Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
We're back.
It's like we never left.
It's like we were always talking with these accents
And
the whole time.
The bubbles are back.
The bubbles?
Throat bubbles.
Oh, right. That was last week.
That
Remember throat
was
bubbles?
really funny.
That was funny.
It's probably not funny a second time, though, so let's move on.
No one likes it. It's
Okay.
terrible.
All right.
We're really bad people all around. I'm looking for our news, document that I need to pull up to make sure I know all the things
I
before.
feel like you already know all the things.
It's more the dates that I don't remember.
Oh.
You know? Or like I want to make sure I get them correct. What was the
I know.
Monday?
What?
Monday was 6/17. Hi, everyone. We did a little extra bit of a interview today, as you might have seen. We went from 11 to 12. Now we're going to do some intros recording for both that interview and our upcoming interview, which is with Amaret Terrell, Torn Pixie.
It's a really good name.
Yes, I want to drink an amaretto
Me too.
right now. That used to be my go-to, digestive.
What?
When I was too full to have anything else, but I wanted just a little bit of a dessert or a sweetness, I would get an amaretto.
That's
have you
a
ever
good
just did just have it up neat and it's delicious.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I like
Those
it.
are highly underrated.
Right?
A little aperitif.
Yes. Well, that's before.
Oh, wait.
Digestive is after because it's supposed to make your.
I always had it after.
Am I wrong? I could be totally wrong.
No, maybe it's just aper and after sound so similar. I just went there.
Well, it's like appetizer. Aperitif.
That's true. You're right. You're right. Anyway, I think it's delicious before or after.
We're drinking amaretto right now.
This is an aperitif to our upcoming interview.
That's right.
Podcast juice. Mommy's podcast juice.
That's the podcast that you need to create.
Which I hate, by the way. You should never refer to your wine as mommy's juice. That's so confusing for kids.
That's got to be really upsetting. Yeah. Because I will literally tell them, no, you can't have that. There's alcohol.
That's
in
what
that.
I tell them. I'm like, no, this is wine. No, this is beer. You can't have that.
Right.
Alcohol.
Yeah. Until you make the choice to do that.
Until you're smart enough to sneak it out of the house.
Until you're 31 years old.
Or that.
Or that.
He's such a rules guy. He'll never steal my alcohol.
Says you until he turns 13 and he's like, screw you, Mom.
No.
I'm out of the house. That's his voice.
Puberty really came on strong with you.
That's
Gwyneth.
right. I don't need you or Bart.
Bart.
It's not even Dad. It's just
You or Bart. Dummies.
he turned into Bam Bam, but to the extreme.
So I was talking to some kid and his dad yesterday, and the kid had green hands from painting or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, what are you turning into the Hulk?" And they just stared blankly at me, and his dad goes, "Oh, he doesn't know who the Hulk is." This kid's 6.
Whoa, really?
How do you not know who the Hulk is? And then he was like, "Does Quinn?" I'm like, "Of course." How does he know who the Hulk is? I'm like, how does your child not know who the Hulk is? How do you not know?
That seems a
Is
little
it weird
bit excessive.
Why wouldn't he know?
I bet there's a whole, those movies are violent, Shelley.
Every kid at school has a
I know.
backpack that has some superhero on it,
Right. No?
or a T-shirt. You certainly have seen the Hulk.
You know that,
may not know
that a fictional character that's
Yes.
extremely popular
Right.
exists.
You have seen this person.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe they're kept in a bubble.
It was shocking.
It is very shocking. You know what isn't shocking?
No.
That we don't have a lot of time to do these
Good
these
segue.
intros, intros and outros.
I am ready.
So let's do it. Let's do the one for the interview we just did.
Yep.
Shall we? Oh, I hear the clicks, 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 clicks. Welcome to Dragon Talk. We got lots of singing in this one.
Elevation.
Elevation.
Lift you up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm Greg Tito.
I'm Shelley Mazanoble.
This is the official Dungeons & Dragons podcast.
Dragon talk.
Where we talk to all kinds of dragons.
Dragons talk like this.
Is that how, when you're a dungeon master, they just can't let other people talk? They're like,
The interrupting dragon. Knock, knock.
who's there?
The interrupting dragon.
You're supposed to cut me off. Oh, interrupting dragon. I screwed up the
You
joke.
ruined my joke.
I did.
Anyway.
I'm very good at ruining things. All of the things I touch are ruined.
Greg Tito ruins everything.
I do not. At least I don't try to, because there's at least one thing I did, which was put together the people on our interview to make a really amazing adventure.
Yes. Did you? I didn't know that this was all of your doing.
Yeah, so Dr. B,
Yeah.
Dr. Bokamatsa, the clinical director of Take This,
Okay.
who we've had on the show before, but
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Early guest, yes.
It's like 3 years
He was
ago.
an early believer of Dragon Talk.
Thank you for believing in us. You're a good person, Dr. B. He has been wanting to do an adventure like this that was focusing on mental health, and wanted to put it up for sale in the Dungeon Masters Guild to raise money for his organization, Take This.
Yep.
And so I knew Bill Benham was a newly started associate producer here at Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Had some experience with mental health as well as writing adventures, and I thought he'd be a perfect collaborator. And then they brought in Hannah Rose to do some mechanics, and as well as be editor for all of the adventure and stuff. And yeah, it all came together.
What an amazing group of people.
Yeah, the adventure's called Gardens of Fog. You can get it on Dungeon Masters Guild, and it delves into what can happen with a character in D&D that is going through a rough time, and the player characters have to go in to their mindscape and try to figure out the way to allow that player to get some help,
I love it.
or
I love
character
the whole concept
rather,
of
the
it.
character getting help.
Yeah.
Very interesting stuff. They go in about the ways to run that in the interview, as well as what people can get out of it.
Yeah, there's a lot to know. So
Raising awareness for all types
Very
of
important.
of mental issues is a big deal out there. I think a lot of people are getting more and more comfortable with talking about the challenges that they go through, and it's really exciting that there's a Dungeons and Dragons module that delves into it as well.
yeah, I love it.
Good stuff.
They did great work.
I want to say there are another group out there that did some really great work on the Acquisitions Incorporated book that is now available.
You're the segue king today.
Oh, thank you for
that
lifting
was
me up,
so
Shelley.
good. Of course.
Oh, but yeah, no,
My
there's
pleasure.
so many amazing people worked on the Acquisitions Incorporated book, including Jerry Holkins, otherwise known as Oben Drawn, Alyssa Grant, producer there at Penny Arcade, making this thing happen, Dan Tovar and Bill Benham here on the D&D side, wrangling all of the things, including Jeremy Crawford and Ben Petrosor doing lots of, design work to get it out the door. And it is an amazing book. It lets you play in the Acquisitions Incorporated, kind of demonic fantasy corporate world that is. You can create a character that has a specific position in a franchise of AI. There's information there on many NPCs you know and love, or I would say PCs that can appear as NPCs in your group, including, say, like Rosie Beestinger, who is played by Kate Welch on Acquisitions Incorporated, the C Team, or Omen Drawn, or Jim Darkmagic, or Viari, which is Patrick Rothfuss' character, which he played at D&D Live when he was there. So tons of fun stuff is in there, as well as a 6-level adventure. Or a series of encounters and adventures that can be done as a 6-level campaign.
Awesome.
Yeah.
A little bit of a different vibe than Gardens of Fog.
A different vibe, for
Different vibe.
sure. Yeah.
But you know what? There's all different types of D&D.
That is one thing that we're really putting out there this year. That the different flavors of Dungeons and Dragons play out there is a big tenet of a cooperative storytelling game like this.
Yep.
Right?
Very much so.
Ack Inc. is one of those things. It's available now. You can get it anywhere you can buy D&D books, essentially. So, bookstores, big box stores. There you can also get them on Roll20, Fantasy Grounds, D&D Beyond, as well as at pennyarcade.com. They're selling the hardcover book there. So if you're interested, jump into it if you can. There is also Ghosts of Saltmarsh out now.
Yes, it is.
It is a fantastic 1 to 12 level campaign of a series of adventures, some of which were adapted from previously written adventures and published adventures, and strung together into a seafaring / swashbuckling / piratey
How fun
campaign.
is that?
Yeah, sail the 7 seas.
If my dad were going to get into D&D, this is the one.
Yeah, is he a nautical?
He's
nautical
nautical,
dude?
but he also loves pirates.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know.
The one time that I played D&D with him and my mom, he was like, "Can I be a pirate?" And because I was a good dungeon master, I said, "Yes."
Of course you can. Of course you can. So you're going to start running a Ghost of Saltmarsh campaign with your parents?
No.
I thought that was
Nice try.
I thought that you were in. I thought you were like, then, Quinn's going to be his character.
Oh, little baby pirate.
A little baby pirate.
Oh, my baby.
Until he turns 13. He's like, I'm a pirate.
Shelley.
Shut up.
I'm going to play D&D with my friends.
Shut up, Mom.
Shelley.
Shelley.
It's weird, like, every now and again your kids slip up and call you Greg.
Yeah.
It's jarring.
It is a
It's
bit
kind
bizarre.
of adorable, but like, ugh,
You're like, wait a second. What?
don't call me that.
Whatever, dude. That's what I say to my girls all the time. I'm like, shut up, dude. So then now they call me dude and mom dude all the time. And mom's like,
that's
I'm
really
not a
cute.
dude. And
neither
hilarity
are you.
ensues.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the Tito house.
And then they blame me.
And your live studio audience laughs and laughs. And laughs. So I figured
The
Tito
sitcom
house
of
is
our
always like,
lives.
I'm not a dude.
Ha 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 ha. How rude.
I'm laughing.
How rude.
Did I say that?
Did I do that?
Oh, do that. Quinn always says that in that voice.
Like
but he-
Urkel?
Yeah.
Oh, my
He's
God.
never seen Urkel, but he thinks it's funny.
He's never seen the Hulk. He doesn't know anything.
He knows the Hulk. My child knows the Hulk.
Oh my gosh. All right. So those are the two. Well, actually, no, that's not true. There are many new things that are out now, including the Stranger Things starter set. We've talked about
Yeah.
that a bunch. That's available. But the Essentials
The
kit.
Essentials kit.
It is available now in Target stores in North America. You can also get it on Target.com in North America. What is the Essentials kit, Shelley? You know
It's
about it.
Awesome. It kind of picks up where the starter left off. Is that true?
You're looking at me.
I don't know if that's actually true, but it's a box set adventure
Yes.
product that has everything you need to run a D&D adventure, including a really nice DM screen,
It's got a really cool DM screen.
really cool dice,
Yeah.
awesome
Blood red dice.
cards, like NPC cards,
Yeah.
which one of them is modeled after Quinn.
Oh, that's why you know that.
Quinn Hightopple.
Oh, that's really cool.
And a little bit of backstory about them.
And Sean Wood, our one of our concept illustrators, did all of those characters.
Yeah, and I
including
think
Quinn.
on the last episode of Dragon Plus,
Mhm.
they were talking, I think, about Ghost of Saltmarsh, Kate,
Nice.
Irwin, and Sean Wood. With Bart.
And speaking of Dragon Plus, there is a Dragon Plus issue
So,
out now.
I wanted to bring this up.
Yeah.
I loved your letter from the editor.
Oh, thank you.
It was so good.
Thanks.
I just loved the way it was written. I just like start to finish, just read the whole thing.
Oh,
It was so good.
thanks.
Just, like really nicely done.
Well, now I'm going to cry. It was. I needed to do it, and I'm like on a plane coming
I
back
know.
from
It was
E3,
like
and I'm
stream
like,
of conscious, but
yeah.
very wonderful.
oh, well, thanks. It meant a lot. I was talking about D&D Live and also being at E3 and what that was like. So yeah, take a look. It's in the
It's really good.
It's in the beginning, and then there's lots of stuff recoverage from what was going on at D&D Live, as well as
It's a good issue.
the
There's
upcoming
a lot.
stuff. Yeah, it's a wealth of knowledge.
wealth of
You
of
can
info.
you can get it on your phone, on your Android or iOS device. It is an app that has bi-monthly issues with tons of new information. So
And
this one just came out
news
today.
updates too, just like
Right.
always the news.
Yeah, any of our social media posts or anything like that that has impactful news goes onto the feed for
Yeah.
the Dragon Plus app, which is free.
It's
You can
one-stop
download
shop.
all the issues for free. You can also access all that on dragonmag.com. So if you don't have a phone or you don't want to access it through an app, you can definitely do that as well. Check it.
Check it.
Bart Carroll does a lot of good work on that, including making the covers look awesome.
He does those.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Shauna
he
doesn't do
paints them
anything?
himself.
Is
Yeah.
that what he's doing?
That's what he's doing
That's why
all
he
the
always
time.
smells like paint. I never knew. Paint and old socks.
Hmm.
Now you know everything you need to know about Bart Carroll.
It's very. I feel privileged to know these things.
Yep. Well, you sit next to him, so you probably already know.
It's true, especially with the old socks. He's always at the gym. He's got lots of gym things to do.
Lots of gym things.
Yeah.
He's got to, keep that metabolism up. He's got that trophy wife that's not going to just stick around. Keep it up.
What's her name again?
Kelly.
Kelly Kazakobo.
Also, did you see that Kesha dyed her hair dark?
Okay, you get the prize for good segues into our
Thanks.
Kesha
And now we totally
mythology.
look alike. Now it's like, oh, they totally are mother and daughter.
Why haven't you created a character that is basically Kesha, a bard?
Basically, I have created a character. She is my daughter.
That's what
I
it's called
did create
when
her.
you give birth.
This is birth. If you are not,
Let's get her.
if you're not watching the live stream of Dragon Talk, you're missing out. Birth.
There's birthing.
I'm showing you birth.
This is what she does when she creates top #1 singles. She's also birthing them out,
She's birthed them out. The point is, she has dark hair now.
just like you do.
She looks like her mom.
That's so crazy. The resemblance is not so.
Totally.
TikTok. That's
Don't stop.
She got that from you. You used to sing that to her in the womb
As a little baby.
as a little baby. How come you're not getting any
This
royalties
party
from that?
Don't stop till I walk in, baby Kesha.
Boys blowing up my phones.
Pedicures on your toes. Toes.
Toes. Go to sleep, little Kesha. Did you put the actual $sign on the birth certificate
did,
too?
yeah.
That's
It was a typo, but I was like, you know what? Just go with it.
why not?
I like it. Babies cost a lot of money.
It was just a fat finger type thing.
Yeah,
It's like, you were typing it
totally.
out.
I don't know if you're aware what Shelly is actually spelled with the $sign.
I did not know that.
Oh my God. Did you?
Are you gonna do that now? I can't wait. That's fantastic. Please do.
God, Colum, you're good.
We are super excited about what is going to happen in this episode. We have got, as I said, the interview popping, but we also have an
Poppin'.
amazing lore you should know
Poppin'
coming
and
out.
rockin'.
Do you want to throw it to that? Did you want to say anything else before?
No, I think we should throw it.
Let's
throw
do it. All right. Let's listen to Chris Perkins talk about some amazing lore.
Don't talk.
Don't look at it. Don't look at him. That was a really good lore segment.
Yep.
Because we are started to record, right? Okay.
That was
good.
great.
All right. Cut that
Always
part. We'll cut
good.
that part out.
That was a really great lore segment. It's jarring when I say it.
Sorry, I just got a really weird text message. So hold on. I just need to figure out what's happening because it looked like it's from someone else. Oh.
This could be a new segment. Greg
reads
reads,
text messages. Oh, never mind.
Aw.
It's like she paid my. Never mind. It looked like it was from my wife, but it was like pasted in something else, like from someone else. I'm like, why is she reading it in her voice? But like, I don't know how. Anywho, that was a really good lore segment.
That was a great one.
I
They're
know-
always good.
They are always good. You know what else is always good?
What?
Talking about mental health.
Let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
Destigmatize it right now.
I think there's something really important about mentioning, and you talked about my D&D live letter or the letter to Dragon Plus.
I know, I love that.
And I needed to kind of get it off my chest that it is hard to put some of these events together.
Yes.
And it really takes a toll, and being able to talk about it has made me feel
It made
more
me
better.
sad when you were talking about how that time period was really hard for you and the way you were feeling. You're like, nobody's going to have fun at this stupid event.
Yeah.
I'll prove you wrong. But it was like, but Greg, like you're with us all day, almost every day, and we didn't know that you were struggling so much. I
Yeah.
didn't.
It was. I know it's one of those
just feel
things you
bad.
don't want to make a big deal, but then at the same time, it is it can be really hard. It can be really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why it's important to talk it through, and one of the ideas behind the adventure Gardens of Fog that
Yeah.
we're going to talk about in this interview is just making the conversation around those topics more commonplace.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
But you did great.
So let's talk. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I don't like. Yeah. It's weird, right? But whatever.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Lift us up where we belong with this next interview segment going now.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. I adore all three of those people.
Okay, that was a dream team that you put together.
Why? I mean, it was. I didn't necessarily put it all together, but I suggested
Yes.
that folks work together, and
But
they
you
did. and they
suggested
made
good
it.
people. They worked well together. And you know what? I didn't get a chance to ask this, but I have a feeling.
Yeah,
I think there might be more adventures like this.
like a sequel,
Maybe, or just some more.
Gardens
just
of
more.
Fog 2.
I'd like to see more.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, there is a wealth of stuff out there.
Yeah.
We had the ID DM, Michael Mullen, on here
Yeah.
a few months ago.
Yeah.
When we were recording in your house, if you remember.
Oh, Snowpocalypse.
But he has done a lot of amazing work as well for the American Society, Suicide Prevention of America
Yes.
organizations and things like that. And he's done lots of similarly themed D&D material like that. And so I'm hoping that with the work that he has done, as well as this adventure for Take This, that it gets out there a little bit more. And
Yep.
people are, especially in gaming circles, talk about it a little bit more freely.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to be my example as well, to be like, hey, it's okay to,
It's okay to talk.
say, things got hard or things are hard.
Yeah.
and-
I
and
think
that you
you'd
need
be
help.
hard pressed to find anyone who has never felt the struggle
Yeah.
in one way or another.
I don't think that happens.
Dr. B said one out of two Americans will be diagnosed with an
Yeah.
anxiety or mood disorder,
Right.
which means the other one probably just hasn't been diagnosed.
Probably.
In all honesty.
Yeah.
I think everybody's dealing with to some degree.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think what he might be saying is that there are,
I know.
folks who are at a diagnosable or treatable
Yeah.
level, but it's important for everybody, 2 out of 2 Americans to be
Yes.
able to talk about it and have the vocabulary and to recognize some signals in other people that, hey, you may be struggling. I'm here to help. And my psychomancer can.
And I actually
Channel
love
it
your
for you.
idea about putting them psychomancers in adventures.
Yeah.
It's like a great way to just heal up a little.
Right.
Come talk.
There's the idea of healers
Yes.
throughout all of D&D.
Healing's not just physical ailments. You can be healing mental ailments.
Yeah. And why wouldn't there be a cleric who follows a god of the mind or something like that would be healing those things? Because, even though we have only had the language to talk about PTSD for the last, 100 years, 50 years, sure as heck probably existed, as long as there's been stressful times and with,
Yeah.
things happening with people, which is pretty much all the time,
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a good point. There should be more NPCs.
It was your point.
Well, thank you.
So again, elevator lifting you up. You're just light as a feather.
I
Greg
am,
Tito.
from all of the love of the D&D community and my co-host. So thank you.
That's what we're here for.
Where can people find out about you, Shelley, and how
Well,
you can lift everyone
I was
else
just-
up online?
Yes. If you need some lifting up, you can find me on Twitter at Shelly Moo, and I will tweet you a nice elevation.
You do that actually on the Twitters a lot.
I
You
do.
are a very kind person and is always like, you do good stuff. You're awesome.
Your internet persona is always a little bit different than your real life.
Is that
I'm
why you like,
nicer on the internet.
is that why
which
you like The
never happens.
Bachelorette so much? Is you can be like, that's that one side.
I'm really struggling with The
Are
Bachelorette
you
right
okay?
now.
Do you need a hug?
I don't. I think it's really hard to watch this season. Usually it's just hard, but like in a funny, enjoyable way. And now it's just like,
Mm-mm.
man.
Do you think
Anyway,
you're growing up? Do you think you're finally growing up?
I think I just don't like 24-year-olds that can't make good decisions.
Mm.
But
What happens when Quinn is 24 years old and is appearing on
it's going to be really
The
hard.
Bachelorette season 59 or whatever it'll be on?
As a contestant,
As a
he's not even
contestant.
the lead. I'll
Oh.
just be like, well, that's a parenting fail.
Well, the first time I dealt with this with Kesha when she was in the spotlight,
It was hard.
it was hard.
Yeah.
This time I've got it down.
I'll know what to do.
You'll know what to do.
I'll know
Come,
what to do.
come here, Quinny.
But anyway, yes, that is. What were we talking about?
Oh,
Twitter,
where
at
they can
Shelley
find
Mo.
you. Yeah, exactly.
Or Facebook. If you want those Bachelor at recaps that aren't actually coming.
Are you caught up?
No. I mean, I'm not caught up on writing because it's too painful to write. But you can find me on Facebook at Shelley Mazanoble Writer. Not the other page.
Not the other one, but the writer page.
The writer page is where all the action
That's right.
That's where all the action is.
Awesome. I am at Greg Tito on Twitter. I'm also on the Instagram at Greg_Tito. Follow me there. If you want to find everything about Dungeons and Dragons,
Who doesn't?
There's lots of places you can go. You can go to Dragon Plus, like we mentioned in the intro. You can go to dragonmag.com, where all that stuff is, or just dungeonsanddragons.com, and you'll find out all of our podcast hub pages as well as show notes are there, including announcements about upcoming fun things, including
Dungeons and Dragons versus Rick and Morty.
Dungeons and Dragons versus Rick and Morty, which is coming
It's
down the pipe.
November, but still.
It's coming soon.
I'm so excited.
There's the Baldur's Gate Battle for Baldur's Gate Dungeon Mayhem expansion
Also
is coming.
very excited.
There's some other fun stuff coming about that game, but I just leaked and you're just going to have to figure it out. Also, Ghost of Saltmarsh is really cool and is out there now, as is Acquisitions Incorporated. So get adventuring, people, and get ready to go to hell. When
in the best possible way.
Battle for Baldur's Gate. No, wait.
No.
Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus
Yes.
drops on September 17th. Also, Baldur's Gate 3 is a really great video game, and you should watch the trailer.
Yes.
All right, I think we're done.
I think we're done now.
We did all of our shilling that
was
we
really
needed
good.
to do. You're really good.
Chill shell.
You know what we should do? We should just make sure we close the door on this cave and make sure no one ever comes in here again.
Okay.
All right, I'm just going to close it. Ready? One,
Yep.
2, 3. Oh, that wasn't that bad. Ah! I'm attacked by monsters. Help, I'm on acid.
Ah!
All right.
Okay.
Now we need to do 20 minutes worth of intros, outros for an interview we haven't done yet. You ready?
It's going to be great.
What were you just going to say? You were going to say something, and I cut you off.
We have 20 minutes. I was going to say, we got this.
We got time. We got easy peasy.
Intro.
Stay crispy. I wasn't watching Twitch. I wasn't watching the chat.
Uh-oh.
Why do you say that?
Because they could have been
Doing-
telling us important information.
I know, right? Like, hey guys, we are.
It's going too long.
It's going too long.
We got a longie.
Did you see that someone? And I was like, you do
And I
have a few
love-
longies.
I love your response. We do. But then that person felt really bad.
I know,
That
right?
wasn't an insult.
You know, it was. I was just joking around with
Yeah.
them.
Like, it is a long podcast. I get it. If you want like a half-hour podcast, you might have to slice and dice
Yeah.
Dragon Talk.
I do that with the podcasts I listen to that have like the
Me
long form
too.
interviews, where I parse them out. I just do usually in my commute I'll listen to half of it
Me
and then halfway
too.
the other way. Or now that I'm going to the gym again, I'm listening to so much more podcasts.
Do you like listening to podcasts in the gym?
I
That's
do.
what you do?
Yeah.
That's
You don't?
no. I have to watch something.
Oh, I'm watching something too.
Oh, okay. Well, I double watch as well. I have HGTV on the equipment screen, and then I have my phone that's watching The Bachelor.
And then I watch the bunnies that are jumping around in the outdoor area. There.
And then I watch the smokers walk by to the smoking
There
area.
is a lot of smokers that I'm always like, what are you guys doing?
Why did you start smoking?
I know.
They're younger than us.
It's true.
They're like literally half my age. And I just want to go out there and go,
Pelham. That's where he is right now, I bet. By the way.
Shit.
I know.
good thing he's not. I don't want to make him feel bad. I
I
want to
do.
make the other smokers feel bad, but not Pelham. But why would you be a young person who started smoking? I really don't understand that.
I mean, you were young when you started.
But that
That's
was
probably why.
a long time ago.
Yeah,
And it
but they
was-
were telling us then, like, hey, smoking's bad.
But we
And
know.
you're like, well, I don't care.
But now
it's not going
like,
to happen to me.
Now it's like $10 a pack,
well, that's the other thing.
and now
right?
it's like kind of got like a stigma around it that didn't totally exist when I was a cool smoker.
I wonder if we're just getting old, though. Do you think that might be part of it?
I think vaping also has something to.
Yeah, I'm not really down with that.
No.
This is all very hot D&D centric content.
Yes.
So let's get going with that. Jack's not funny. I'm glad you quit smoking too. Stay in school.
Be cool.
Dare to keep off drugs.
Just say no.
What was I going to talk about? All right. Welcome to Dragon Talk.
Woo!
Yeah, Ryan.
I love you too. Oh,
making
thank
it.
you. That's awesome. We love you too.
Oh, that was so nice.
Yeah, woo.
I didn't realize we had an audience in
We
here.
do.
I know.
Live studio audience.
Thanks, buddy. We have a very, very fun interview today. we're excited to talk to Almarette Terrell, also known as Torn Pixie.
Love it.
All about the amazing stuff she does, creating podcasts, as well as, the graphic art type of things that she does. It's been good stuff. Been following her on Twitter for a long time, so I'm excited to pick her brain.
All
It's gonna be
right.
fun. She's gonna be here in the studio.
What?
I know, right?
This is in person?
It's gonna be in
Oh,
person.
I was like, I thought it was weird. I'm like, why didn't Ryan take away that other microphone? I guess he was too busy, whatever. But that makes sense now.
It makes sense now because we already talked to her.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, 'cause it was surprising that she was in the studio. Sorry.
So that's gonna be tons of fun. What else what's going on in your world in making of games? What can you talk about?
A lot of things that I can't
Oh my
talk
gosh,
about.
you're always working on secret projects.
But I will say that Dungeon Mayhem Battle for Baldur's Gate is at the printer.
It's at the printer?
It's at the printer.
I had all those notes I wanted to give you on the playtest.
Oh, shoot. Probably really important.
No.
You
They
were,
mostly
you were our only playtester, and we didn't get your feedback.
my playtest notes were mostly like, this is cool. Pretty good stuff.
Oh, this is
I like
funny
this
part.
artwork. Oh, this one's funny.
Oh, Boo, you're so cute.
Yeah, I like to snuggle with you.
You can play Minsk and Boo, or you can play Jahara,
Jahara.
both of which are from the Baldur's Gate video games.
That's right. I feel like
Yeah.
Jahara is one of the first ones you recruit in like the original
I think
Baldur's Gate.
that is true of her.
Yeah.
She is a shape-shifting druid,
Druidifer.
and she's so cool and
She's very
awesome.
cool.
And
Yeah.
she does shapeshift.
And so those are integrated with the Dungeon Mania characters that are already out there.
Yeah.
So now there'll be 6.
There are 6 you can choose from, so you just have more options.
I like options.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
When's that coming out?
That comes out in September.
Nice. Very cool. That's
Oh,
also when the Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus adventure will be available on September 17th.
I feel like Dungeon Mayhem will be a good palate cleanser for you after you've been going to hell a few times. You might be like, woohoo, we need to do something kind of light and airy.
But it will also get you excited about the Baldur's Gate section of that.
Totes. That was no accident.
Adventure. Exactly, right? Like you'll learn all about what's going on in there. That adventure has a gazetteer kind of chapter where it updates what's happening in that city since the video games. More than 100 years have passed, I think, in game time. So it might look a little bit different than what you remember.
Interesting.
And you can also, as you know, go to hell. Go to the Avernus, the first layer of the 9 hells. And you can do that same thing. There's information about running campaigns and adventures, that follow the storyline, but you can also just run adventures in Avernus based on the chapter that talks all about it there.
Yes.
Pretty exciting.
Very cool.
We had a lot of fun talking all about Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, as well as all of its ancillary products at D&D Live. Go ahead and check out all the videos from
Yeah.
that on our YouTube channel. There are many.
Many.
And we will be adding out even more, as well as kind of recap videos of what it was going like
Oh,
over
cool.
the whole thing. There's also some recap stuff from Dragon Plus. Matt Chapman, the editor-in-chief there, did some amazing work. So if you haven't downloaded the latest issue of Dragon Plus, do so now.
Good issue.
It's got lots of great stuff in it.
Including your letter.
Including my letter, thank you.
From the editor. I
Yeah.
would say to the editor, but no, from the editor.
Yeah, on the editor.
Letterer. Letterer.
Letterer.
It's a letterer.
It's a letterer. Matt Chapman was nice enough to let me do that, but it was also great hanging with him in L.A.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful British chap who's been playing Dungeons & Dragons for a long time. So great to see it. He did some great reporting from that
He did.
event, as well as did lots of other fun people. So shout out to all the wonderful press that came, as well as all the
Still
fans.
seeing good
We're
coverage.
still we're talking about what we're going to do in 2020. What do you think we should do?
Baking.
Oh, like the Great British Baking Show, but
Yeah.
but
But the Great Forgotten Realms baking show?
in what location? The moon.
Yes. Yes.
All right, done
not?
and done.
Okay.
We're going to the moon. You heard it here first, folks. Confirmed. Spelljammer.
But we should
confirmed.
actually go to the moon. Like
That's what I'm
where
saying.
okay,
Right.
that's where the event should be.
SpaceX.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we need more room.
that's
Kind of that studio we need to spread out.
that's been the biggest bit of feedback is that we have
The moon.
outgrown studio space, so we got to make
Jeff
it bigger.
Bezos will take us to the moon.
We love Jeff.
Yeah.
He's a very big D&D fan.
He should be.
Yeah.
If he's not.
If he's not, I think he is. Maybe he's a real big Spelljammer fan.
I'm gonna
so.
just guess that he's probably played D&D when he was little.
Maybe like 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
Nice. In addition to all of the Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus stuff that's coming out in the fall, there's a lot of wonderful D&D out there right now, including Acquisitions Incorporated, the book. It is a fantastic 224-page book that gives dungeon masters and players a whole bunch of stuff to work with, including a adventure that goes from first level to sixth level, rules on starting your own franchise and how to run your own franchise, positions that you can hold within Acquisitions Incorporated, as well as NPC stat blocks for many of the characters that you know and love.
Yes.
What are some of the characters that you know and love from Acquisitions Incorporated, Shelley?
Rosie B. Stinger.
She is in it to win it.
She's in. Does that C team counts?
Totes?
Yeah.
Magoats.
Jim Dark Magic.
Damn.
Viari.
Boom. All of those are in there and more, and you should pick up that book if you're interested in a different flavor of Dungeons & Dragons. Even if you're not an Acquisitions Incorporated fan or haven't really listened a lot.
It's just different.
It's a nice little way to show off the different flavors of Dungeons & Dragons. This one has like a
minty.
A dark fantasy corporate feel, like you're playing
like
in
a
some
Heavenly
kind of...
Hash?
As a flavor?
Yeah.
No, it's more like a dark corporate joke, a satire of corporate structure within a fantasy universe.
Which I feel like is represented by Heavenly Hash.
I would say Rocky Road.
That's kind of Heavenly Hash.
Moose Trails. Something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah. We'll go with Cherry Garcia.
Chubby Hubby. Chubby Hubby is the best ice cream, by the way.
That is the best flavor of Dungeons & Dragons.
Chubby Hubby. What book would be chubby?
We're going to leave that up to our listeners to call in.
It's a good question.
And let us know.
Ponder that.
There's also Goats of Saltmarsh. If you want to sail the 717 seas of Dungeons & Dragons, it is chock full of adventure that you can drop in. You can pull out specific ones and just kind of play them if you wanted to do a seafaring adventure, or you can run through the whole thing, right? And there's also a Gazetteer chapter about the town of Saltmarsh that you can drop into any campaign as well.
I love it.
Yeah, it's been out for a couple of weeks. There's a bunch of versions. The Sinister Silver Edition looks really cool from Beetle and Grimm's.
Didn't that look awesome?
I love it. There's so many great artifacts and maps and useful tools for the Dungeon Master.
Yes, I've seen a lot of people very excited about that on the Twitters.
I am very excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, James Olin was in the office just a couple of days ago. He's the gentleman who's starting up a studio in Austin, Texas. That's from Wizards of the Coast. Still not exactly sure what it is he's going to make, but it is very exciting. And he's a big D&D fan, and he wanted to get his hands on the Sinister Silver Edition. He pre-ordered it and got it right away because he knew it was going to be amazing.
That's awesome. And it's going to sell out.
Yeah, and he's looking for a platinum edition of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, if anybody's got any lines on that.
Oh.
He's looking for it.
All right.
I know, he's probably going to be like, why are you telling everybody about this? I'm just because, he's
we're trying to help.
He's a big D&D fan, and I hope to have him on the podcast next time he comes up because he's been around this hobby for a long time.
All right.
He's a designer of video games you know and love, but again, a very big D&D fan, so can't wait.
We love him, man.
I would like to go to the bings and the bongs for a lore segment now. Do you think that's a good idea, Shelley?
Bing.
Bong.
Yes.
Bing bong. Bing bong.
We haven't bing bonged in a while.
I know, we like to bing it up. A little
You don't
bing-a-bong booyah.
Bong it up?
I'm bonging it up right now. Insane in the brain. Wait, Dr. B said we can't use that word.
Oh, yeah. Have you learned nothing?
I've learned nothing. Absolutely nothing. Are we ready for intro? Did I hear some clicks? We did. Okay.
Clicking it up.
I know a lot about the lore topic that we just discussed now.
Me too.
It is all in my brain.
I will impress everyone I know.
At parties.
And say, did you know this lore?
I know it now.
Thanks for sharing.
It is about the Dungeons and the Dragons.
Which is awesome dinner party conversation.
It's true. Now that we have the D&D Essentials Kit available in Target stores.
That everybody can get their hands on.
It is basically made for folks at dinner parties to be like, oh, you haven't played D&D? Here is the product that you need to get into it.
Let's do this.
Right. That's how you do it. It's a very player-focused box set. If the starter set is a little bit more DM-focused, teaching DMs how to run their first adventure, the Essentials Kit has everything you need to learn how to make your first character. The cards in there are all about discovering ways to how the combat works and how the mechanics works, as well as sidekicks, which allow for a dungeon
That's
master to play one-on-one with just one player and fill out their party with sidekicks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love all that. I love those rules. I think more people would want to jump into it and try it.
One-on-one.
One-on-one. Yeah, exactly. Why not?
A lot of times that's what people say. The reason why they're not playing D&D is because they can't find a group.
Exactly.
But you really need one person.
That's all you need. Yeah. And then you can grow from there and be like,
Find
oh,
that
I'm having
one.
so much fun. Do you want to have fun
Yeah.
with our group? And then you're just adding on to it.
D&D, party of one.
But party of 17 is also
Could be,
possible once
yeah.
you grow and make people
Options.
happening.
We're all about options.
We like to provide
Flavor
different flavors and options.
And options.
It's true. We've got an entire menu of choices.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Something for everyone.
I am excited to get into our interview. You want to?
Me too.
Let's get Amaret here in the studio, and we will start talking about all the amazing stuff she does.
Okay.
Let's make it happen.
Bing bong.
Bing bong. I feel like there is just every week we meet people in the
I
Dungeons and
know.
Dragons community who impress me.
I agree. This is such a good community.
It's true.
Yes.
They really do inspire all of the things.
Inspiring, talented, creative. Everybody's just doing their thing.
I love it.
I know.
I know. It makes me want to be more creative.
That means we'll never have a shortage of people to talk to.
That's true.
That's
They're
good.
they keep getting more and more creative.
Yes. And they
And-
elevate all of us.
Just like we do when we lift people up.
Yes.
That's right.
What we're here for.
We're like a D&D group here. That's D&Ding the community.
Yeah.
We're
Or
dungeon
like
mastering the
a
community.
pulley system.
A pulley system,
We lift you
right?
up.
Aren't pulleys really fascinating?
I love
This
that.
is not to do a crazy segue, but have you ever actually looked at like the whole
Yes.
block and tackle
It's
thing?
crazy.
It is.
I didn't mean that. It's very
Interesting.
interesting.
It's intriguing. How
I have to change a lot.
I know, right? That's why we have
I'm
people
working on
like Dr. B in our lives to educate us. He's a wealth of knowledge.
So cray cray's out too.
Well, I maybe
I think
it's a derivative of the thing. Yeah. But then we just got to come up with new crazy word. Damn it!
It's too hard.
Oh my gosh!
We're
Well,
working on it.
We're looking at.
We are works in progress.
We're gonna put that on the schedule to figure out new words to. Oh no!
Oh,
New words
it's too late.
abound. It's all over the place.
Okay.
Well,
But that was a fantastic interview.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and as always, I enjoy talking to you, Shall
I enjoy talking to you.
You're a good person.
We should do this more often.
Let's do it once a week
Just
from now
once a
on.
week.
We'll put it on the calendar.
Okay.
I think people should be following you on Twitter.
I do too.
Yeah.
And they can do that at Shelly Moo.
Shall I move?
And they should probably follow you too.
That's
if they're
right.
not already. They
I
probably
hope-
are.
I wish they would. I am at Greg Tito. I'm also on Instagram if you like some pictures.
I like
do-
pictures.
I do take a lot of them.
Do you?
I don't post as much. I need to get into the habit of posting a lot more. But I go through busy phases where I'm like, I'm posting too much, and then I stop for
Oh.
like weeks, and then I post too much again. But there's a lot of good stuff on there. My kids, my D&D games, check them out.
Okay.
That's at Greg_Tito on Instagram. And of course, if you want to get into all things Dungeons and Dragons, if you haven't already, go to DungeonsandDragons.com.
Go there now.
Download Dragon Plus onto your apps. Play Warriors of Waterdeep on your phone. It is a fantastic mobile game that allows you to explore
Yes.
Waterdeep and take out monsters like ogres and other bad things while earning fun loot. A great little bite-sized gameplay that you can get into with Warriors of Waterdeep. I've been playing it a lot while I've been here, so check it out. Any other fun stuff we want to highlight before we close this out? Shelley, what do you think?
Just be good.
Be excellent
Be
to
excellent.
each other.
Play lots of D&D.
Play lots of Dungeon Mayhem.
And Dungeon Mayhem. You should really all be playing Dungeon Mayhem.
It is
It's not a big ask.
so easy to pick up, so easy to learn.
It's so easy to learn. It's so fun. It's so much fun. It is never not fun. And you should also watch Pelham's Hot Mess,
It's true.
the latest addition to the D&D Twitch lineup.
That's a good call.
Yes.
Tuesdays at 4 p.m. After I do D&D news
Yeah.
here on this Twitch channel, twitch.tv/D&D.
Hot Mess. nice.
It is a hot mess.
There's you can watch the first episode in which we all played Dungeon Mayhem
Right.
in
and
a
then,
tournament.
And then they played
Betrayal
at Baldur's Gate. And then I think there's another game coming up.
Have you announced what you're doing yet, Pelham? For your next hot mess?
Dungeon!
Dungeon!
With an exclamation point at the end.
Dungeon!
Oh, we should play. I'm going to play Wizard.
Are you playing in it?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It's my birthday next Tuesday, actually.
Oh, no!
So I'm kind of half deciding whether or not I want to be in at all. But then again, I'm doing D&D news, so I'm probably going to make myself come in.
Well, then you're going to get a cupcake to the face.
I like cupcake on the face.
All right.
All right. Well, that's going to be amazing.
And give away some stuff like I did on my birthday.
That's the best way to do it. Oh, my gosh.
Have I $signed? What does that say?
Sketchy Mazanoble.
How often do you change our names? You just... Where's my $sign?
$sign. I love it. That's awesome.
Love it.
Well, thank you, everyone, for listening to us on this podcast. I don't know if we say that enough, but everybody who's a listener is fantastic.
Yes. You know what? We do need... The more I listen to podcasts, the more I notice other people saying that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So now I feel bad.
Thank you for... I know. I'm like, I feel like, I have to remind ourselves to actually like say thank you to these wonderful listeners who listen to all these longies.
Thank you for, because this is going to be like the end of a longie, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
If you've stuck with it,
yeah.
we should probably thank you in the beginning, too.
You get a star, A+, high five
Yes.
from us.
And maybe you could give us a star, A+, high five, if you like to review podcasts.
Oh, that's true.
But only if you like this podcast.
And then we'll do a review of your review.
We will issue a rebuttal.
Most of the review will be, love lift us up where we belong. Thank you for listening to us.
You're the best.
You're good people.
All good.
We are out. See you later.
Bye.
And we're dead now. Oh my gosh, we did it. It's at 1 p.m.
Look at that.
We did
Our
it, you guys.
timing is impeccable.
We did all 6 of our segments. Sorry we didn't get to talk to you guys too much in the chat as we're doing that, but I do see all of the...
I wanted you to do your... I see David in Ohio.
I see Jack's not funny, and I see TK, and I see DC Lasser, and I see
Ooh, that's a good...
Torn Pixie.
Torn Pixie, get out of the chat and get into this chair.
Yeah. And not the other, get into my car. What was it?
Billy Ocean?
Yeah, Billy Ocean.
Get out of my chat
And into this car. Hi, Tanya. I see you there. Hi, Alan Tucker. How are you? Hi, Fraternarian. You're a good person. They say they're not. They can't wait for the Minsk expansion.
Oh, I love you.
So we love you and everything you do. All right, we're going to take a short break and get on the horn / talk to Amaret Terrell.
Cheese here.
Yeah.